Hey everybody, Jeppy here, and are we nearing the end of the world in the future of Valorant's lore? Based on these past couple updates we've gotten and the update that we're getting today on the test server, the theme for the future of the lore has really been leading us down this path of what if, or it might be likely that the end of the world is happening for Alpha Earth, possibly leading it on its course to what happened to Omega Earth, how, you know, the environment got destroyed, all the reality destabilization and all the chaos that happened on Omega Earth that led it to what it is today. Could the fate of Alpha Earth be leading us to what happened on Omega? If you guys remember a couple updates ago, Fade had a vision, a nightmare, that she saw pretty much the end of the world happening. She described herself climbing on top of a mountain where her, fingers are were getting ripped apart, the edges of the rocks were jagged, and as she climbed up over the mountain to see past, the valley, she saw the end of the world, like pure destruction. And it really scared her. Like, Fade is terrified, currently is terrified. And in the past update, a lot of the Valorant agents like Cypher and Omen are extremely worried for Fade because she's pacing around the room. She's not doing well right now. So she saw something that her vision that really did terrify her. And today's update is going to play off of that as well. We have an email from Jet that kind of, plays into that. We have a voicemail from Phoenix that's kind of funny and interesting. He kind of stands up for himself and tries to, tell Brimstone, like to respect him more in sort of ways and kind of, tell him how he wants to do his own things. And then we have a very interesting email on Icebox of all places that continues a story of a particular character that we haven't heard much of, recently in Valorant's lore, but someone that we know from the past. And it kind of leads into some things. Okay. So let's go ahead and listen to the voicemail of Phoenix first, and then we will get into the end of the world things. So guys, let's start on a light note and then end off on these kind of scarier things. Okay, let's go. Wait, why is no audio playing? Oh, that's right, because this is a Valorant Tracker sponsor segment. All right, so I'm sure by now, if you are a fan of the channel, that you've heard me go on and on about how Valorant Tracker truly is the best companion app for Valorant. I can understand if you've seen maybe one of my ads and didn't download it. I started to get a bit confused if you listened to 2 of them and still didn't download it, but now I am really at a loss for words if you listen to 3 of my Valorant Tracker ads and still haven't downloaded it. I mean, look at this beautiful combination of all the stats you could ever ask for wrapped up into one little software. If Brimstone is the leader of the protocol, then darn it, I'm the leader of Valorant Tracker. Use the in-match tool to spy on those pesky Omega Earth agents stealing all our Radiant. Put down that op cipher because Valorant Tracker says you don't even have a 0.5 KD while using it. Neon, you're free to use the frenzy though, because even if it's a buy round and we all have rifles, according to Valorant Tracker, you have a 13 KD with it, so go ahead and use the frenzy. So ready up, troops, and download it using my link in the description, and thank you Valorant Tracker for sponsoring today's mission. Yeah, sorry about that, guys, but you guys really should download Valorant Tracker. It honestly is an amazing software and it helps out the channel. Yeah, let's go ahead and listen to it. It's kind of funny because Phoenix feels like it feels like he's reading off of a piece of paper, and just listen to it. You'll hear it kind of feels like he's reading from something that he wrote down.
Hey Brim, so for my Radiant training, Sage says I gotta open up more, and the easiest way is to write out. So here goes. Dear Brimstone, I hope you're well. I have some things I would like to share. First, thank you for having me on Valorant. Saving the world and using my powers is a dream come true. Second, I know we don't always agree. Your rules are too strict. Please consider how crazy a curfew is for grown-ass adults. I would suggest lining up by 30%. Training with Sage has given me some fresh perspective. I get that I can be a handful sometimes, but my best work comes when I can be myself. I need room to freestyle and spread my wings. If you give me space for that, I can do great things for the team. Third, sorry about the gun range. I'll fix it. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, like I said, it was funny. It literally sounds like he's writing, because he is reading off a piece of paper. Sage made him, open up and like, hey, Phoenix, open up more, talk about your problems and stuff. And then, Phoenix had to write down a piece of paper and basically address Brimstone on some of the issues, like, him being too strict to the curfew, letting Phoenix kind of do his own thing more and how it might help him contribute more to the team. It is a little bit of a problem because we have seen Phoenix fail quite a few times, that, from him being a hothead and him being like someone who wanted to just run in there and do things, and some things have happened, the Venice incident, that, and then, it's a couple things happened. So, but it does look like that his character development is growing, his arc is coming hopefully full circle sometime soon. And you know, he is learning, especially from Sage's thing. So I thought that was really funny. We start off on that. Now let's go read something that's pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and check this out. It's from Jet. Okay, strangers in the night from Jet. Hey boss, a pal in Los Angeles sent me his gochujang. I'm sorry, I have no idea what that is. Recipe. He mentioned his restaurant had lost the dinner crowd. His whole neighborhood is locking their doors. They're freaked out by reports of weird things spotted near a Kingdom facility. Maybe Fade's nightmares have me spooked, but I'm going to Cali for some in-person recon. Jet out. Okay. So remember this, guys, the Kingdom facility, things spotted near Kingdom facility near Los Angeles. We're going to that, the Icebox, you know, email we're going to read kind of plays into that. And the character that, you know, we haven't seen in a while. So what is this thing, these weird things happening near a Kingdom facility? Could it be more rifts? We've already seen rifts happen near Kingdom facilities. You know, if, for example, in Sky's trailer. Could it be destabilized reality? You know, things that we've been seeing on Ascent, you know, where the spike detonation happened. We've seen them on Pearl on Omega Earth, and now on Lotus on Omega Earth too. There's an area where there's destabilized reality. So we don't exactly know what's going on. I'm assuming that in the future we're going to learn, you know, what was, you know, obviously what's happening. Could it be something where Kingdom is trying to experiment with something? Whether it's Radianite or another material, maybe they found another artifact or something, and they're trying to experiment with it. There's a lot of things that could be happening. It's pretty vague what's going on right now. We're just left to speculation. I'm assuming the next update we're probably going to get more information on this, but it's spooking Jet out. Like I said, you know, Fade saw the terrible nightmare that happened. You know, that hopefully not a vision of the future. And it's kind of getting people on edge on the Valorant protocol. And you know, if people are locking their doors because it's something weird that they spotted near Kingdom facility in Los Angeles, that's kind of weird. So Jet's going on it. She's going to Cali. All right, everybody. So we've been on Icebox before, right? Everyone's been in here. We call this. Ooh, congratulations, Paul. Oh, that's actually amazing timing. So we'll see this Paul guy, huh? We'll see him. But yeah, everybody has been here at Icebox before. We know that, you know, this is kitchen. But yeah, let's go ahead and read this very interesting, you know, thing from the Kingdom Corporation over here. Okay. Slides over snowshoes by a guy named M. Calvin, apparently working for Kingdom. Yo, still kick hunting? Kick hunting, no idea what that is. I'm riding shotgun on a transport to Los Angeles. Didn't you have a Mine City reseller? Send colorways and sizes. No rush. I'm on the schedule for a while. Hustling a convoy through rush hour will be a lot. Send me those grailed ones. I'll be crashing with your pal PD. 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 We've heard that before. Could it be Paul Delman? That's right. The reason why we had this whole pizza thing over there in the first place is because Paul Delman was Employee of the Month. Paul Delman is a guy, a character, a NPC pretty much, who, there we go, Paul, who worked at, you know, here on the Icebox facility, was Employee of the Month, and then had supplies shipped to Fracture. We'll go over to Fracture after this, and we'll check that out. We don't know a ton about Paul. We know that he was a really good employee of the Kingdom. You know, he had supplies shipped over to Fracture from Icebox, I believe. And yeah, so they're expanding on the story here. Very interesting that, you know, the Kingdom Corporation, it looks like that they're sending a whole convoy over to Los Angeles. So it looks like that whatever is happening, all these weird sightings are happening at the Los Angeles you know, Kingdom facility in America. It's something enough to get a convoy sent over. There's some interesting things here I'm not so sure about what are. Like, he says, didn't you have a mid-city reseller? Not so sure what that means. Send colorways and sizes. Like, I'm not really sure what those are. And he says grail ones. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that I'm not sure about. If you guys have any, you know, theories, or if you know what they're talking about here, please share in the comments below. I'm just a YouTuber. I'm pretty dumb. So if you guys can help me out here, I appreciate it. And it looks like this email was sent to a guy named B. Tate. I have no idea who he is. That's the first time I've seen about this B. Tate guy, let alone M. Calvin as well. I have no idea who these people are. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Let's go ahead over to Fracture real quick, and we'll see the Paul Delman card. Okay, so I'm sure you guys have been here before, right? You guys have probably seen this over on the attacker spawn on Fracture, you know, across the zip line. Over here, we have security clearance for Paul Delman. Paul Delman, the same guy that we saw in Icebox, and the same person who's the buddy of this B. Tate guy. So interesting stuff. Not really sure what Paul is. Paul's, you know, he's probably over in LA right now at the Kingdom facility in LA. either, you know, causing these disturbances, these weird things happening, or trying to fix them. So, you know, that is something that he has been doing, you know, and this has been, this card has been here on Fracture for like pretty much since Fracture's been released. I feel like it's been here for a long time. So, you know, it's pretty interesting. So I wonder if this will disappear, or, you know, some other things that'll be happening. But yeah, here it is. One last thing I'm gonna do before I let you guys go is earlier on Fracture, like a while ago, you know how like sometimes the terminals and the voice comms will be playing overhead and you can hear them. One specifically calls out Paul Delman for his shipment from his shipment from Icebox. Let's go ahead and listen to it real quick.
Paul Delman, your shipment from S22 Icebox is ready for pickup. Paul Delman, your shipment from Icebox is ready for pickup.
Okay, so what could that shipment be? Could that shipment from, you know, from Icebox sent over to Fracture and now here in LA have something to do with it? Not so sure. I mean, that's just speculation. Paul Delman is making a reappearance in Valorant's lore, and I'm excited for it. I'm happy about it. But yeah, guys, what do you think about this update? Or do you really think that the end of the future, or the end of the world, is near in the future of Valorant's lore? I mean, it's really looking like that something big's happening. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you like, subscribe, notifications if you're new. Make sure to download Valorant Tracker. It really does help out the channel. Now, with all that being said, Jeppy out.